Hey everybody, it is Princess Friend, and I am here because I got to watch the Michael Jackson Halloween special this morning, actually, and I kind of wanted to give you my thoughts, and I guess this could be construed as an official review, but I don't have any clips or anything for you. I think that overall, I think it was pretty good, and I actually did enjoy the movie, so I'll just say that right up front. But let's just kind of go a little bit into the basic plot of it, right? It's the story of a boy, and his dream is to become a DJ, but his dad wants him to take over the store when he retires. Which sounds terrible, having financial security. And also, a girl who wants to be a dancer and does dancing, but is willing to give it up to become a corporate drone. They're basically set up as a way to tell us that they have dreams of music, but they're falling into conformity. Which, of course, Michael Jackson doesn't approve. So Michael Jackson, having transformed into a bat, orchestrates this boy and this girl running into each other and then heading to a haunted house that he created, or that Bubbles created. There's a lot of Bubbles in this. It's voiced by the brother from Everybody Loves Raymond, and I don't remember his name right now. I probably could have researched that, but I wanted to get right to the video. I would honestly call this Bubbles Halloween, and not Michael Jackson's Halloween, because Michael Jackson's in it a very small amount, I mean, besides the music, but Bubbles is all over the place, so I like Bubbles. He was a pretty cool character. I liked him a lot. So the boy and the girl, they kind of go around, they run into a pumpkin who is dancing with a bunch of animals, and he's dancing to Dangerous, and then he's scared away by Conformity, this woman who is voiced by Lucy Liu, which I thought was pretty cool. And then they run away from her, and then they're captured by spiders who are working for Conformity until the girl challenges them to a dance-off, because apparently the spiders didn't realize that marching is just movement to a beat, which is basically just music, and it's dancing, and they're supposed to be against it, but they're totally doing it, but then they change their mind, and they're like, cool, we're with you then. We're gonna fight with you against Conformity, and then lets them escape again, and then they run into a mad scientist cat who had dreams of music as well, but Conformity got to him, and he is now destroying music instead. All of it kind of culminates into a final battle, right? Where Conformity comes and she launches an army of zombies at the kids. They're not real zombies, though. They're people who have been made into zombies through Conformity, which, you know, they're not free and stuff like that. I mean, I get it. It's a little on the nose, but I get it. The kids pull a Captain Planet, right? Because they combine the pumpkin song, which was Dangerous, and the cat song, which was, I don't remember what it was, maybe it was Torture, and then the spider song, which was They Don't Really Care About Us, and by their powers combined, he is Michael Jackson, and he comes out and he's able to touch all the zombies and turn them into regular kids, and then everybody starts dancing, and it's awesome, and then he defeats Conformity. I mean, that's the main storyline right there. I think that I was pretty much with the movie until the very end, where the kids summon Michael Jackson, and then Michael Jackson gets to come out and defeat all the stuff. And I think that sends the wrong message. It seems very thematically appropriate. If Michael Jackson had actually made this movie, this is what would happen. But to have the kids being built up as heroes the whole movie, everybody in the movie is rooting for the kids to defeat Conformity, and then their whole thing is that they punch a couple buttons on a machine and Michael Jackson comes out and does all the work for them. I don't know, using Michael Jackson as a deus ex machina just seems wrong, and it robs the kids of their personal victories over their own personal conformity. It's Michael Jackson comes in and does it for them, and it's just, I don't know, it's not cool. I mean, in the end, the kid does become a DJ, the girl becomes his dancer, like they become friends and they work together and stuff, so I guess it worked out okay, but I think that it really robbed the movie of any kind of personal attachment that you might have. It basically just becomes this like glorifying animated special that's just, hey, look at how awesome Michael Jackson is, where I think they probably may have been able to use Michael Jackson to better effect, I think. I'm a screenwriter as well, and I could have thought of like a billion ways to write this differently. And that's kind of the thing, too. It's Michael Jackson's music is actually used in it in a really kind of cool way. They actually use the beginnings of Earth Song whenever it's like a really touching moment. They use the beginning of Beat It when the mad scientist cat brings out his horrible machine because it's like, arr! They use the beginning of Dirty Diana because it's like, ooh, this is a dangerous woman who's coming out. And I think that they do that pretty well. Them dancing to the actual songs and stuff in the movie, I think was fine because, you know, that music was there and they were actually dancing to it, which I thought was pretty good. They do kind of throw in a couple of songs at weird times where, like, Escape is just there while Michael Jackson's just flying as a bat and we're just listening to Escape. And I'm like, okay, it doesn't really make any sense there. They probably could have cut that down. They probably were using that as padding, but, you know, whatever. That's what you need to do when you need to make an hour and 10-minute movie and not an hour and 5 minutes and not an hour and 15 minutes. You need to make sure it's exactly the right length. I think overall, I really liked the movie. The animation wasn't necessarily the best, but I don't know what kind of budget they were working with. I think all of their money probably went into voice work because most of the people who did the voices in this movie were big name actors, and that's probably where all the money went. I think the music in a lot of places seems really well done, and in other places seems kind of tacked on. But I think it overall fits the movie. Does it become a holiday classic that I'll watch with my kids for years to come? No, it doesn't. I think it was just kind of okay for me. I think it was a fun romp that I'm unlikely to take again, and I think a lot of that hinges on the finale of the movie. But what did you think of the Michael Jackson Halloween special? I would love to hear your thoughts down in the comments. Also, don't forget to follow us on Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, and Patreon at patreon.com/princessfriend. May you live to see the dawn.